Jake Allen.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this a little bit before we started recording. This is my big question mark. I'm sure most Habs fans are curious. What's going to happen here?
I think he is so valuable to Montreal. You saw arrested Carey Price in the playoffs, and he wouldn't have been able to play like that if it wasn't for Jake Allen during the year. And Carey's
Jake
another
got
year.
him in the playoffs.
Carey's and he did. Without Jake Allen, they don't make the playoffs. Another year older. Short summer, very short summer. This was a long, grueling run on Carey and everybody. Like, you're going to need a good backup goalie. I don't think they can let him go. I don't know if there's a guy out there on the market, not that I can think of, that you can pay Jake Allen money and play as well as he did. I don't think they can. So to me, there's got to be a deal in the works with Seattle to take somebody else. Okay, don't take Jake Allen. We'll give you this. There's got to be something in the works because you can't lose him. He was such a good fit. It's a fit they've been looking for years and they haven't been able to find, and they found it finally. He's well priced. I don't think they can let him go the way he played. And again, just touch on the short summer, 82 games next year. They're going to need. Carey can't play 70 games. He can't play. Man, it's got to be a 50-30 split if you could. I think Carey wants more touches than that, but if you're going to make another run, you got to be fresh, and this short season, it's going to be crazy.
And it's a great point too, because we saw Caden Primo come up. He's supposed to be the next number one guy in Montreal in a few years. I'll say when Carey is tailing off, it's when Primo's going to come up, probably split 60-40 Carey one year, then it'll slowly move into Primo's net, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I can't tell the future, but Jake Allen right now, he's off that $4.3 million contract. Because Montreal extended him 2 years at $2.875.
Right.
Who doesn't want that? Seattle thinks they got a starter for that much.
And like I said, you can't go to free agency and find a good backup. You can find a backup for probably $1.5 million, $2 million.
Yeah,
but they're not going to be Jake Allen.
No.
And what you got in him. He's comfortable in that role. And he showed, if Carey gets hurt again, he can carry the load as a number one, no problem. And he did that on numerous occasions this year. So it's to me something that I think has to be addressed. There's just no way you can let him go.
For sure. And I love Jake Allen too. And it's not just because he's from my city, but the way he handled his postseason conference too.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking him how the year going. And he's like, I'm just here to give Price a rest and make him better. And they asked about playing in playoffs. And he's like, I don't expect to play when Carey Price is healthy in playoffs. I mean, it's common sense. Most people think,
pure class.
And I love the guy for it. But like you're saying, if you're Burge, you got to be thinking, take somebody else, please. I'll give you something. We need Jake Allen because, like I said, Caden Primo's not ready for that backup role just yet. I still think he needs a couple of years in the A.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But then, there's Florida has that Drieger because they got Spencer Knight now with Bob. So it's gonna be different. I'm curious how the expansion draft goes. I guess we'll know once the protection list comes out.